I was stalked for 15 years. It started when I was 5. I didn't understand it at first, of course. How could I? I was just a kid. All I knew was that there was a man, tall, unnaturally so, with skin that looked like it had been left out in the sun too long and crumpled like old paper. He didn't speak, never moved closer than the edge of our yard. But he was always there. At first, I thought he was a neighbor or some sort of delivery guy who got lost. I told my mom, "There's a man outside." She barely glanced out the window, shrugged, and said, "Nobody's there, sweetie." But I knew. He stood at the edge of the playground when I was in school, blending into the trees just enough to make me second-guess myself. He watched me through the slats of the fence when I rode my bike in the driveway. I would catch his silhouette in the corner of my eye when we drove to the grocery store. I tried to tell my parents again and again, but every time they brushed me off. "It's just your imagination," they'd say. "Kids see things all the time." By the time I was 10, I had stopped telling them. They didn't believe me, so what was the point? But the man didn't stop. He was always just there, watching. When I turned 13, I started noticing news stories, missing pets, then missing kids. A boy from my school vanished without a trace. A woman from the next block over was found dead in the woods, her body so mangled the police wouldn't release the details. And every time something terrible happened, I swore I saw him lurking somewhere nearby. I tried to ignore him. I tried to pretend he wasn't real. But by the time I was 17, I was sleeping with my curtains closed and a bat under my bed. I barely went out. The older I got, the closer he seemed to come, as if some invisible leash was slowly reeling him in. When I turned 20, I couldn't take it anymore. I packed my bags, scraped together every cent I had, and moved as far away as I could, to a remote cabin in northern Montana. No neighbors. No street lead.